that's an interesting question. Since I was growing up, I was great enthusiast of old recordings. I mean, before internet and YouTube and everything, it was of course more difficult. Actually, before CDs even, it was more difficult to get access to them. But actually, I had a friend whose father had a very good LP collection of also quite rare LPs from Russia, some, and Joseph Levin playing and Rachmaninoff, things like that. And I used to record them on cassette tapes. So I can really, since the age of 13 maybe, I grew up with these recordings, these unbelievable virtuosos. Of course, Horowitz and Rachmaninoff, but also Joseph Hoffman and Joseph Levin and all these incredible people. And I do have to say that the magic that they have and the pure virtuosity is something unsurpassed. I mean, what there is nowadays probably is that there are much more pianists who play very well. But when we're talking about these absolute magicians, it's equally rare now as it was then. But probably nowadays you will find many more pianists who can play very difficult pieces in a very good way. And for example, here in Vigo, I was quite amazed. We had, in the end, I think we heard 64 pianists in the first round, and of course everybody was very well prepared and playing very demanding repertoire. It's really impressive. Well, as you know, I've done this very rarely. I was in the jury of the Liszt competition in Budapest some years ago, and the second time ever was 2 years ago when I was here, and now I decided to come again. And I've started to feel that first I was very hesitant to accept invitation like this because I didn't know how I would feel it. But I think as I don't teach regularly, so I'm not regularly in juries of diplomas in conservatories, things like that. So once in a while I find it a very interesting experience. Here, of course, it's a very special atmosphere. It's so well organized, and the jury, other jury members, I've had such nice contact. And we pianists, of course, we don't see each other so often because it's a little bit, we rarely play together, and it's more like, let's say, Piotr Andrzejewski, we've known about each other for, I don't know, more than 30 years, I'm sure. And it's always this kind of thing that I go somewhere to play and they say, oh yes, Piotr was here last week, or Piotr will be here next week. But we're never there the same week. So it was really nice to spend time with him. And Dmitry Alexeyev, we have met very briefly, very long time ago. And of course I've known about his playing from childhood, basically, because my teacher actually studied in Moscow at the same time with him. So there's that sort of connection. Of course, with both of them, we have many friends in common. So it's just, and with you, Pablo, also, it's like the four of us, all the discussions we had over lunch and dinner, although we were not allowed to speak about the competitors themselves, but all these things around piano playing and around music. It's a rare opportunity to really delve into that world, and I think it has been very inspiring and uplifting, really. Yes, I mean, it of course presents some challenges with the repertoire. Sometimes maybe it could be difficult to compare, somebody playing Mozart, somebody playing Liszt, or somebody playing Prokofiev, or somebody playing maybe a contemporary piece that's not very well known. But on the other hand, it's also good to remember that the choice of repertoire also is something that tells a lot about the competitor and about his or her tastes, how to build a program together, and then also, in a way, as they have the complete freedom, so obviously then they have chosen something that they feel best represents their musicians. So sometimes I was a little critical of that. I mean, I did feel about some people that, was this the best choice of repertoire? But of course it's very subjective. Or somebody maybe played in first round and in semi-final very similar kind of repertoire, and it would have been interesting, let's say, if somebody played a lot of very romantic virtuosic stuff with a lot of notes. it would have been interesting to hear them play maybe some Haydn or Beethoven or Mozart. Well, who knows? But so that's an interesting point. And then about the no age limit, I think that's absolutely wonderful. I mean, this is so refreshing, and I do remember also 2 years ago, and we have some excellent people who are kind of beyond the age of usual going to competitions, and why not? I love it. I love it. It's fantastic. It's very well organized. I think everybody involved cares deeply about music, and it is, of course, very challenging. Must be very challenging. I, as a jury member, of course, I'm just very pampered. I just go, everything is prepared, but I can understand what tremendous amount of work.